Hello and welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John, where in each episode we'll stroll down the Macintosh memory lane. We'll discuss older Macintosh computers, collecting all things related to the Mac and Apple computer, and current topics from the perspective that only a couple of old Mac fans can provide.
Right. Is this 3 weeks in a row? Oh my goodness. Hello, gray hair discoveries. Hello, hello, and hello again. We are back this week. Did we announce? Yes, I think we did talk about
We did.
about
Yeah,
last week.
because
Yes, we
and
stumbled
I
upon
apologize.
it.
I cannot remember who in the chat suggested PodBrix, but it
And I
was
wonder
suggested
why.
to us.
Yeah, I don't even remember how it even came up.
Well, I think we were like, I wonder what we're going to do next week, and I do
Oh,
believe
somebody just
one of our...
declared it? That just
Yeah,
pulled that out
that's
of
right.
thin air?
That's it. Yeah. All right. So, all right, good. It was you. So, what prompted? What
We must have been talking about
made you?
something.
What made you say, "Hey, I know what would be good"? I would like to know.
Must know.
Must know. Maybe gray hair has one on their desk. And
Maybe that was enough.
Yes.
Well, let's kick this off for real. And let's go in 3. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me get all my things in order. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Retro Maccast with James and John. This is episode 676 for February 26th, 2024. Good evening, John.
Good evening, James.
And good evening, Gray Hair Discoveries, who was the one who offered up the show suggestion today, which is PodBrix. If you don't know what PodBrix is, or are, or was, or should be, then we'll get into that a little bit later. Gray Hair Discoveries reports they have all but one, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So, but we'll dig into that and maybe find out even which one they don't have. And we've got eBay finds. We've got a little news. That ought to be enough for a show, right?
I think that's.
I
pretty
hope
much
so,
what
because
it
that's all
is
we got lined
every
up.
week for. That's right.
All right, we'll be right back with some eBay finds. Okay.
Hi, Eric.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. All right, it's time for the eBay finds. Last week we had, how exciting, a box of paper. Essentially paper wrapped in paper or another free product. But this was no ordinary box of paper. This was Apple Computer color plotter paper from late 70s, early 80s.
I was going to say it has to be late
know.
70s. I don't think they did that plotter very long. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it made it into the Macintosh era.
Modern Tectura font on this stuff. It's still available. Buy it now. $45. I should just buy this. It's just sad that I have never seen this box of paper ever,
Well,
listed with a paper printer.
if you do that, you're going to end up having to get the plotter when it becomes available somewhere, right? I mean, you can't have.
Didn't
the
I
paper
used to have
without-
it? Didn't I?
I don't know.
I think I did.
Okay.
I don't know what
well, I'm
happened
not
to it.
surprised if you
Yeah.
did or still do somewhere in your
Maybe. I don't know.
your archives.
I want to get this box just so we can just do a show dedicated to it. Be fun. But okay, maybe later. All right, let's what did we have?
What else
here?
from last week? Yeah.
We had the Macintosh 128K. It had a sad
Ooh,
Mac,
yeah.
but at least had something on the screen. But it had everything with it: the
Lots of goodies. Yeah.
keyboard, mouse, some of the original packing material, the bag, extra hard drive or extra floppy, even the test drive of Mac luggage tag. A lot of good stuff. Sold for $400. That was a buy it now.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was a buy it now or if it was a
It was. Yeah.
low starting price.
bid. I think it was a buy it now.
Unlike our next one from last week.
Yeah, this was a little steep. This was the Bicycles of the Mind poster. I don't even think the seller knew that's what this was, because it wasn't. I mean, it doesn't say Bicycles of the Mind, but that's what we know the campaign to be. Though that title wasn't anywhere in the listing. They said another one exists in the Computer History Museum in their rare artifacts collection. I don't remember when we were there, and it was probably not on display. It was probably
Right. And they probably have beefed up their original Mac selection since it is the year it is. So
yeah, it was a long time ago we were there. $2,200 was the buy it now, but there is a make an offer, so it's still available. Okay. You know, I like a nice boxed copy of software, early
especially
software.
sealed, right?
Yeah, still in the plastic
sealed?
wrap. Yeah. It is. The title is Apple Macintosh System Software Update version 6.0. That's M0681/A. Brand new and genuine. Is this... I'm looking because I think I have them all. I think there was an earlier. I think there was one earlier one than this, if I'm not mistaken. That came in a box like
so this is a software update. Did they? I'm sure there must have been a box version that was just the release of 6. That was just an update, huh?
No,
that's what they called it.
Because it only came with the computers. You wouldn't buy it,
right?
Because it came with your computer,
right.
So you'd have to buy the update. Yes.
All right.
So it's original box from 1988. Has a couple of dents, but it's still sealed. Came from inventory from Sun Remarketing.
Oh wow! Okay,
right. So
that's
they must
cool.
have. You could buy it to include with your Sun Remarketing, you know, ex Lisa, and boot it into genuine Mac OS. So yeah, it's got a few dents, but it's largely, you know, box shaped. There's a little smashed corner. Maybe you could massage that and get it more square. But the front looks great.
It does, yeah.
Yeah. Like somebody sat on it or something.
I like the graphic on the front, where it's showing like a couple of open windows.
You've got
a Finder window, a letter window. Doesn't say what operating system. I mean, not what application. Same thing with the chart. Now the chart. Didn't Apple have a what was their
software?
Early charting? Yeah, kind of graphing software.
Yeah. What do they want? Buy it now. $69.99. I think.
Even with the squish box.
Yeah, I don't think
it.
you're gonna. Yeah, I think that's worth it for sure. I mean,
and they have a make an offer.
Oh my gosh! Offer $50. You can have this. I mean, that is amazing history right there, sealed in the box. I mean, people are spending gazillions of dollars for sealed original iPhones and iPods, but this is what I think people should be spending their money on. But hey, whatever, it's a bargain for us. Okay, what we got next?
All right. Speaking of what could be a bargain, a vintage Macintosh portable computer, mint, starts up and runs fine. It comes with 2 adapters, and if I remember correctly, it comes with 2 batteries, and one is rebuilt and works great. The other is the original Apple battery that does not work. So the fact that it comes with a redone battery and comes with 2 of the adapters, and the thing looks in great shape. The fact that it's right now the bidding is only at $305, I think is quite fantastic.
It is so clean.
Ends in 5 days though, so this is going to definitely get some more traction. It's at 7 bids right now.
It is so pristine. The pictures don't even look real. It looks like computer generated. Yeah. Is this AI? Maybe this is AI.
wait, how many fingers does that keyboard have?
Are the letters on it all garbled?
Right. So I can't tell. Is it? It's not a backlit, is it? It's so hard to tell because just the lighting on the screen is so
look
nice.
at the screen; it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And not only does it come with the charger, but it comes with the plate that you could set your battery in and charge a battery externally from within the system.
Wow.
I actually have one of those. Not that I have a portable to really do anything with. Oh, even the bag. It comes with the bag. The bag looks fantastic shape, except it's missing all 4 feet. Normally it's
Oh,
missing 1 foot. This one's missing
yeah,
all 4 feet. That's the only thing I've seen wrong with this. What is it with the feet on those things that they just?
yeah.
It's like the leaf on a clamshell iBook. They just disappear on their own.
They just, well, they just walk away, don't they? The feet.
I guess they do.
Um,
So yeah, so this is coming out of Portland, Oregon. Like I said, it does have 5 days ago. Uh, this is going to be,
this
yeah,
is
this is
this is
going
a
to be,
stunner. This
really
is
is.
just so
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, 5 days. I'm gonna up the bid right now
Ha ha ha!
because you know this. I mean, this is gonna go well over 1,000, right?
It's got to a really darn close.
I'm
As
gonna crank the bid
nice
right
as this
now
is.
to $1,000. No, I didn't.
Seriously?
No, I did up to. I bid 400, and
Oh, okay.
so it's up to
Are you the
338 now.
okay? So you are
I
the
I
high
am the
bidder
high
at the
bidder.
moment.
I
Aha!
am. Haha. Take that.
See how long that lasts. We'll see if that even lasts till the end of the podcast. I'm going to keep that link open and we're going to check again.
I doubt it. Why don't you throw in a bid too here?
No, that's okay. Thank you.
All right.
All right, and
Let's
our
go to
last
next.
one. Ooh,
Our
nice.
last one.
Okay.
We don't talk too much about these, and I'm haven't been really
Well, they don't
tracking the
come up
prices too much.
often.
Well, they don't. There's a couple out there right now, but they seem to be a little steep, and so maybe that's why they're just sort of sitting there. But here's a vintage Apple Lisa 210, right? So it's what we also know as the Macintosh XL. It says a rare collector's gem. And let's see, do we have any details on it? It just says tested and working. It says it was pulled from a working environment, which is
Hmm.
kind of hard to believe. I don't think anybody's actually like using this as their daily. Um, and so like there's no really any details in the item specifics. We can just kind of have to sleuth the pictures here, but you see the keyboard. It looks like the wrong mouse. It's like a
Uh-huh. Yeah.
platinum
A lot of
mouse.
times they end up having to use a Mac mouse with these.
Mhm.
I've noticed when they do show up, the mice seem to get lost somehow.
It does have an image writer one. Um,
Nice.
the plastics look intact and not any real gouges or anything, and looks pretty clean in the back and inside. And the image writer, lots of pictures of the image writer for some reason. I don't know why we need so many pictures of that, but there they are.
Hard to tell on the screen pictures, you've got because of the
Yeah,
refresh
there's
rate.
because of the refresh rate, right?
So I can't tell if there's these slightly diagonal lines, and I cannot tell if that's part of the just a video artifacting of shooting a photo of this, or if like the flyback transformer is up too high and it's causing that.
Well, and there's also
Hard to
that
tell.
yellow band that's happening too, which I don't know what that
Well,
is.
again,
That's
I think that's
artifact?
part of the
You think
yeah,
so?
because it isn't it in different locations in each picture.
True. Yeah, so that would be
Yeah,
indicative of
part
that.
of the
Sure.
refresh rate. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, pictures look all pretty good. Um, I don't see any broken plastics and not any
Right.
excessive yellowing. I don't know, pretty solid. And they want one penny shy of $5,000, but there is a make an offer.
Mm-mm-mm.
So, yeah, I don't think they're going quite for $5,000 yet. At least the Lisa 2s, right? So,
Especially the fact that this does not have the original mouse, and
yeah,
for that price, I'd also want to have something that's been thoroughly tested and recapped. You know what I mean? I want something that's going to be rock solid for some time
yeah.
to come for that
So
for that
we don't
price.
know what kind of maintenance was done on it. I mean, it is
Right.
operating, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that is. But
Um,
like you said, there is just tested and working is pretty much the only, not much of a description in here at all.
yeah. Well, if you did buy this, it would ship from San Diego, California, and I guess it'll just sit out there unless they accept an offer, somebody buys it now, or they drop the price. Okay. Taylor is saying that check the collection for box copy of System 6 just to be sure. That's a really nice, good price. Yes. So do you have a box copy of that? Maybe I'll check and see
I
where
see
I
Michael
stand.
has
Maybe
joined us.
I think I
Michael,
have one.
hello.
Maybe at the end of the show, I'll reach up there. I've got all my box copies of software up there in the cabinet, so I'll take a peek at the end of the show. All right. Now what are we doing? Going to PodBrix. Here we go. Okay. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. What is PodBrix? Well, PodBrix was, I guess, a company that released custom Lego-based art pieces crafted by a very mysterious artist by the name of, I don't know if it's Tomy or Tommy. It's Tomi. Maybe Tomy?
I don't know. So that's,
don't know.
Yeah.
And I try as I might, I tried to unmask the artists somewhere, an interview, some kind of real identity, but the website is no longer around, and every article you read is just the artist Tomy, let's say. So I can find nothing. And just this website one day existed, and they unleashed the first of many of these creations. The first
Very
one
clever
was the
creations.
and they were all limited editions. Well, they were limited in number. So the first one in about February of 2005 was called the 1K Bricks, because it's inspired by iPod, where you have 1,000 songs in your pocket. This is 1,000 bricks in your pocket, and it's a little minifig
That would hurt
on
to
a
sit
silhouette.
down.
I'm sorry?
I said that would hurt to sit down.
Yes.
1,000 bricks in your pocket. Those things are sharp. Sorry.
Right. Is that 1,000 bricks in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? So you remember the iPod campaign, the advertising campaign with the silhouettes dancing on colored backgrounds. That's what this evokes, right? But the silhouette is just a black minifig, and then it's holding a tiny little iPod, and it's got the iconic earbuds in its ears. And let's see. Let's look at some of these other pictures. So, tiny little, a couple inches tall figure. You can see the details. So they obviously Tomy had to craft the tiny little iPod that would go in the hand. And they had 300 units. And it sold for $16.99. And I didn't get the exact, I think it sold out pretty fast. Like there's like this, as much as you could back then, have like a little viral campaign, different news sources or whatever announcing, and then had the website announcing, and then it went live, and people would just PayPal, I think, as fast as they could. I know in many of the others, like the server would crash, because it just couldn't handle the traffic back then. Yeah, which is funny to think about. So that was the first one that kicked it all off, and then more would follow. So the next one was Keynote, inspired by Steve Jobs delivering the keynote presentation at Macworld Expo. And so you've got the Steve Jobs minifig and I think an iPod Shuffle in one hand and an iPod in the other.
And so you actually have one of those, right? But
I don't.
Not with the accessories.
Yeah, I don't have any. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's a different.
Are we going to get to that later?
Well, there's a little bit of mystery, yeah. For some reason, I do have the little Steve Jobs, but it doesn't have the iPod or the Shuffle. This came with something different, and somehow was made available.
One of those was
this. I didn't get this. I don't think I got this through PodBrix, but anyway. So the backdrop is like he's presenting a presentation at Macro. So pretty cool there. And then there are a number of products that came out that were like wearables, like the t-shirts, right? So this one was kind of interesting. Had the black silhouette against the green t-shirt, black silhouette of the minifig, but with a iPod Shuffle magnetic mount, so you could mount your shuffle. This was the very first shuffle, which was just the the white. I don't know, just a little, no screen, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The whole
bubble,
point was
gum-sized
yeah, a stick of gum
pack of
or a
gum.
box of
Pack
pack
of
of
gum.
gum. Yeah. Um, and then came Mr. Brix. Now, Mr. Brix, this was April 2005, sold out in 12 minutes. It was $16.99, and he would just hang on your iPod headphone cord.
The lanyard, yeah, the headphones, right?
Yeah, because the little hands was just perfect for doing that. So that was clever. That was followed by Woz embodied.
See, I really wish I had one of those.
Yeah, the Woz. There are 300 units of that sold. It was priced at $24.99, and that's what that looks like there. So he's just kind of walking around with.
Did it come with the backdrop on these?
Yes.
You think?
Yeah,
Okay,
the whole
nice.
kit like that. Well,
Nice.
there it is right there. There's the kit.
Oh yeah. Great.
Looks like the backdrop was even pre-assembled. So
Well, it actually
have to
took
look it
less
up.
space to ship if it was
yeah, so the backdrop
pre-assembled,
is
right?
the 6 colors of the Apple logo, which is really cool.
Mhm. Rows
Woz
of
is- In case you didn't know who that was, he's
Lego-ish bricks.
wearing a Woz t-shirt. Did he ever wear a Woz t-shirt? I kind of doubt it. But anyway, so you got Woz there. And then there came the Brix Pod. This is October 2005. Again, something for your shuffle. A little Lego case where you insert your iPod Shuffle into it, and had a faux screen on there, which is kind of cute. And you could
Yeah.
actually operate your shuffle when it's inserted there. So there's a picture of it where you're inserting it into the top. And yeah, you could rock the buttons from inside this case. And then, and this is finally, so I didn't get any of this stuff because I was either, I don't know if I was too late, didn't bother. I can't imagine, because now we're getting into time. Well, we didn't have the podcast yet, right? So this is pre-December 2006. So I don't know. I can't remember if I tried. So long ago. I must have tried, but they sold out within minutes most often.
Mhm.
And if you weren't, home when it hit or whatever, you may not have a good chance. Of course, this is pre iPhone too, right? More of the wearables.
Oh,
This
that's right. The
was
one that actually
Wozwear.
had a 6502 processor on the
This one I-
shirt.
This one I do have.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
This
The
one
fact
I
that it
managed
comes
to
with the
snag.
actual processor.
And I don't
is
think this was a
just
limited edition.
fantastic.
Yeah, an actual integrated circuit right there on there. You can see I never opened this out of the bag. Never
Mhm.
wore it. It's got a little instruction card here. The Wozwear 6502. So it uses magnets. So don't wear it if you've got a pacemaker. Talks to you about
That was good.
It
Yeah.
says, where
Good
did the
safety tip.
6502 microchip on my Wozwear shirt come from? Well, the chips on the Wozwear came from multiple sources. They are refurbished chips taken from old computers and electronics. The 6502 chip was used in various devices, including the Apple II line of computers, the Atari 2600, and in many toys and small electronics. It was often used in MIDI interface boards and speech synthesis. We cannot tell you exactly what device the chip on your Wozwear shirt came from. Please use your imagination. Okay.
Well, it's kind of interesting that because the 6502, I believe, is still being produced.
Is that right?
So yeah, pretty sure.
You mean like not
New
by the
ones.
original.
You can buy a
folks, but-
brand new
but
6502.
People are
right.
making them somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and these were limited to, I guess, Gray Hair Discoveries is telling us there were so many per size. So I guess I did have to get in and get one of these. Okay, so what's next? Then There was we have minifigs and I guess we have macro figs. There was the 1K Bricks macro
Oh my
fig, a
gosh.
giant version of that original one. And
If
did
that's
this
your
come
normal
with the
size
t-shirt?
paint can,
Yeah,
that means that thing, that PodBrix has got to be what,
it's that tall, whatever that
8 or 9 inches tall?
yeah, it's
Easily.
it's it's big. It's 7 inches is the
Wow.
so it's a replica. And there were only 50 sets of these. They were signed and numbered. $89.99 was the price on that. So this is April 2006. So we still had not started the podcast. Okay, and now here's a really cool one because it was the set based on the Apple Super Bowl commercial introducing the Macintosh in 1984. So this set came out. There were 100 units of it. It was released in August of 2006 and cost a whopping $198.99.
Ooh.
Now, it's way cooler than the other ones. First, it's got like a lot of minifigs because it's got the
Yeah.
woman with the hammer and the guards
Right.
chasing her, and
And
then
then
all
you have
the
all the
people.
denizens in the chairs, right? Yes.
Yeah. She's got a little tank top
Sledgehammer.
with the Picasso Mac logo on it. Sledgehammer. I mean, yeah, the attention to detail is amazing. And then on a screen is the guy, yelling at them
Mm-hmm.
because it's the whole room is recreated. But even cooler than that is that you took like some AA batteries, you stuck it in this LED
Oh my
light
gosh.
that would
Look at
backlight the
that.
screen so it would glow menacingly. So, very, very cool. And one of the folks in the chat, Gray Hair Discoveries, says took them 8 years to find that one. So I guess you didn't get it when it came out because that would have been a cool. Now, it is very hard to find these today because there are none. If you search PodBrix on eBay, nothing comes up.
Well, nobody's going to be getting rid of these things.
I found, well, if
As
they think they can
limited
turn a
as they are?
buck,
Well, that is
So
true.
there's this set right here. Somebody's trying to sell it on Etsy for, get this, $9,000. Yeah, $9,000. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
All right, next. This one.
Oh, this is another one I wish I had.
They let's see. This is called like Young Was and Jobs. There were 300 sets, sold for $39.99. This came out in August of 2007. And pictured is Young Was and Jobs. Now looks like Was has, what is that, a screwdriver or something? Maybe a soldering iron.
I think it's a screwdriver. Uh-huh.
And there's an Apple II on the desk.
A Lego Apple II. Yep.
With a little maybe a circuit board next to it or something, a tester or whatever. And then there's a calendar with from 2001 Space Odyssey.
2001. Uh-huh. Yep.
It's dated 1977 April, and the date is circled 14, 15, is it 16th? What happened on April 16th, 1970? Was that when Apple?
Well, I knew it was April 1977, so I'm guessing it must have been the 16th.
Yeah.
That's when they incorporated.
That's when they incorporated. Okay, so this is supposed to be in the garage then?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Steve has got a thought balloon, and he's already dreaming of iPhone in there, or thinking of it anyway. So, it must be when they incorporated. So this is not in the garage
when
necessarily.
the Apple II came out, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Gray Hair.
Yeah. So that one's really cool. And then I think that's it. Unless Gray Hair corrects me, I couldn't find any other Lego sets after that. So the only thing that I found that they came out with after that was the plush Jobs,
which I do have.
You have one, and I have one.
Yeah, because those weren't as limited, right?
Right. Yeah, they made, I think, 500 an initial run. They were $28 each, and they may even made another production run. And so I've got my little one here. It's got the little Jobs. Not a toy for adults 18 and over. All right. just as jobs on the thing. I think one of the reasons why PodBrix Tomy remained sort of anonymous was under threat from people like
Yeah,
this coming after them and shutting them
because this
down.
was the same time there were you could find the little Steve Jobs statues and stuff, right? This is rightfully around that same time.
Yeah, when that stuff started coming out, there was all
Yeah,
kinds of
yeah.
things that yeah. And so this is
Somebody, kind
cute.
of piqued the interest of Apple's legal
Mm-hmm.
peeps. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the mystery also helped to the hype of it with the limited
Oh,
numbers, and
sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
it got everybody excited about it. And then just like that, poof, PodBrix was gone. I don't know what happened. I didn't see any stories on why it ended. Now there are still folks that do Apple inspired Lego sets or
Mhm.
the plans, they don't necessarily sell them. Well, maybe some you can sell by the parts. I don't know. Maybe we'll save that for another episode because we had somebody on our show that did that, and we've put together some. Actually, you want to flash it? You've got you put it together earlier today because we thought we were going to talk
Finally.
more about it, but
Yep.
we wound up having so much PodBrix stuff to talk about it. But maybe we'll do a show on that another time. But yeah, there it is, PodBrix. So, what gray hair? What's the one you don't have?
He is missing here. They're missing the one that dangles from the cord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, impressive.
Don't. Here we go.
I see. Yep. That holds the iPod Shuffle. Yeah.
I am
Neat.
assuming that's what they meant. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, if you're lucky, you can find some of this stuff being sold, but I outside the $9,000 1984 one, I doubt you'll find anything that easily. Okay.
So Michael, you'll be happy to know that I actually have that same minifig at work, next to my my Professor Frink minifig from The Simpsons. So the same one he uses for his avatar.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. We're gonna get into the news. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Couple of news stories this week. There's a blog by Vlado Vince that says, I get knocked down, but I get up again. My Sisyphean Macintosh SE30 struggles. And
I only got to read a tiny bit of this, but
oh my gosh,
holy cow. Yeah.
did this person, I skimmed it.
Perseverance.
It is a long account of their attempts to restore an SE30. Originally, they talked about it in like September of last year and just got working on it, and it had lots and lots of problems. Beginning with the board that had a battery that exploded all over it, and there's on and on and on. And so I skimmed it because but it seemed like everything that could go wrong with it did, or was wrong with it, needed to be fixed. And so it goes into great detail with these awesome photographs of how they repaired it. And they did, I think, all the work themselves, but we've relied heavily on videos from others, and lots of resources, and help from the community. So it's a great story about the resourcefulness of not only this person but the entire community to help them get it running again. So I don't know if this is encouraging for folks or discouraging.
Probably some of each, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's you can pretty much fix anything is I guess the answer if you work hard enough. I mean, there was even this price list at the end of all the money they sunk into it, which was kind of insane. I think it was near $1,000 dumped into parts and things. But yeah, bravo for going through all this, and then and then having the foresight to document the whole thing. So.
Yeah, great write-ups. I have to say I am gonna definitely read through all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very extremely educational too, because that kind of detail. So, all right, and then one other thing. Now, I'd forgotten that this was even a thing, but John, you said that you could do this back in what 2008.
2008. Yeah.
2008, you could run Mac OS on a Nintendo DS, and let's see, it's Michael MJD just published a video showing how they did it using the same, I think the same image and whatever. I don't know. Maybe some improvements have been done to the installation.
I don't know.
since
Yeah, that's
2008.
So over at Griffle, where Mini VMAC, that's the home of Mini VMAC, still has a link to a version for the DS. Now, I can't quite tell whether this other version is from the same fork or if it's their own. I could not. I delved into it as much as I could, and I really can't tell if it's the same image without actually, downloading both images and trying it. And I don't have a DS to try it with, but it's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, because it's got a touchscreen. It's got the two different screens, and you can use the stylus there to mouse around. So really, it's awesome, to do a little pixel by pixel work because of the fine control that you have. It's probably even way better than a mouse. So it's obviously you're not going to really use it to get any work done, but it's a cool novelty, something to break out and show off. Yeah, just always amazing the resourcefulness of everybody getting Mac OS on different things. Okay, I think that's it. It was a short news segment, but there you go. All right, well, we'll end it, and then
Michael's mentioning that that
update
published
on
on
the
a Macintosh.
Mac.
Yeah, that he got it from eBay in the show. Wow.
Macintosh is on the horizon.
Oh my gosh! Right.
Yeah.
Aha.
Awesome. Okay,
Yes.
let's close it out in
right.
3, 2, 1. That brings us to the end of another episode of the RetroMacCast. We will be back next week. We'll try for 4 in a row. It's kind of risky, but we're going to try. I think we're going to look back, probably do a time capsule in Mac Attic, go back to what year? 2004?
2004. Yeah.
2004.
20 years ago.
See what's happening March 2004, courtesy of Mac Attic magazine. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. If you're not already watching the video or joining us live, on top of that, it's pretty useful because you don't have to imagine what we're trying to talk about, because obviously we shared some images of all the great PodBrix creations over the years. Is that it? Oh, and then there's bonus stuff too, right?
Yeah.
On the YouTube show, which I'm gonna have some bonus stuff. I've got what do I have? Oh, there's a board behind. I don't think you can see it. You can see it peeking behind me.
Can't. No, I can't
There's
see it.
right over my right shoulder. There's a cool advertising wooden sign that I saw in an article today about actually I don't remember why, but anyway, some of these are for sale on Etsy at some ridiculous prices, and I happen to have one, so I took it out. So I'll show that, and then I'm going to see what I have for early box copies of Mac OS. So that's what's going on in the after hours segment of RetroMacCast. Okay, well, until next week, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Okay, now we're in the overtime. So John,
the book is bigger than my 27-inch iMac. Holy cow!
You distract him for a second. Let me
All right.
fiddle around over here.
That is crazy. So yeah, Macintosh, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do. I've actually been playing around with. I got some of my Classic and Classic 2 boards cleaned, and I got some life out of them. Still nervous about trying to do any surface mount on there. I may convince a friend of mine to do it instead. But I look forward to seeing what hopefully some of our other people that are on right now have some Macintosh projects in mind.
Okay, so the box software. The one we saw
Yes,
in that
the
auction.
update that had memo on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was this one. This is my sealed copy, and it is
pristine. Holy cow, that's pristine.
Yes.
Wow.
If that other one can get $70, this can at least get 75.
Twice, at least twice.
And it has a sticker, which is underneath the plastic that says includes system file 6.04. So it's an additional. That was different. But yeah, that's the one, right? And then I think that's the one. Well, I have another one. How are these different? Oh, I have another sealed copy. But this one, see, there were variations, and so this one also sealed and pristine, but it has this 6.07 sticker on it, and it has this other sticker for a limited time includes HyperCard 2.0.
Oh wow!
A red sticker, and then on the side it has a sticker that says Apple Software Update Program. So look at that! Wow, cool is that? But to answer my original question, that isn't the first one. And I don't know if there's an earlier one than this. But this is all I've been able to come up with over the years. This one, Apple Macintosh System Software Update version 5.0. It includes Multi-Finder here, and so this is a sealed copy.
Oh, very nice.
So, yeah, love it. Okay, the sign behind me. Just quick. This thing. This is a very heavy. It's like a particle board.
Okay. Yeah.
Sign. And on it, it's a fairly high res. I don't know how they transferred this to this particle board because it's not like it's like it's directly painted or printed on it. It's not, another layer. And it's a Mac SE. Little Apple logo up there, and yeah, it's big, it's heavy. A mouse, but there was on Etsy. There's somebody selling one of these, and they also have one that has the Mac Plus. So there was a Mac Plus.
Very nice.
Of this, but I mean, isn't that sharp?
It is.
Yeah, the back just has a little hole for mounting, and there's I don't know why there's a slot here on the bottom too. There's a reason for that, but yeah. So this was an eBay pickup a long time ago. There we go. Okay. That's enough bonus stuff. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Hope to see you next week. Play a little music. And get out of here.
Thanks for listening to the RetroMacCast with James and John. Email listener comments and questions to retromaccast@gmail.com or post comments on our website at www.retromaccast.com.